Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking through some player props I like on Prizepicks for today's NBA slate on Saturday, March the 8th. We've got a 7-game slate for Saturday, so decent size slate, guys, giving you two early plays I do like for this Saturday slate, taking a first look at the board on Friday night, recording this video the night before. We have a decent amount of props up right now for 5 of the 7 games, so good amounts available. Found 2 early plays I liked. We're going to talk through these plays. We're going to break them down and share why I like them. Now, before we do get started, make sure, as always, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, that you hit that like button down below, hit that subscribe button as well. And if you guys are new to Prizepicks, and if you don't have a Prizepicks account, be sure to sign up. Use promo code NOAH when you sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code and place your first lineup. You'll get $50 in promo funds instantly added to your account. Make sure to sign up for Prizepicks if you have not yet. And also, we do have a partnership with Sleeper, so I want to shout out Sleeper as well. If you guys don't have an account over on Sleeper, you can sign up for Sleeper, use promo code NOAH over there, and when you play $5, you'll get $55 worth of free lineups. So this is a cool promo Sleeper's doing. It's available for all new users. You don't have to put in a lot of money to get access to this promo. You can deposit the minimum on Sleeper, still get $55 worth of free lineups once you play your first $5 lineup. So definitely recommend giving them a try, guys. Use that code NOAH when you do sign up, so that way you can take advantage of this new user offer over on Sleeper. But let's talk through some props, guys, that I do like for Saturday today. Now, I want to recap our plays from Friday's video before we go over today's plays, and actually have something to show you guys from Friday that's we'll talk about it. So we gave out 3 picks Friday, did go 3-0 on the 3 picks that we gave out on YouTube, so hopefully you guys tailed. Been on a nice little heater lately, went 3-0 on Friday, went 2-0 on Thursday. So over the last 5 picks that we've given out on this YouTube channel the last 2 days, we are 5-0, so on a nice little 5-0 run. Hopefully you guys have been tailing, making some money with us. Let's see if we can keep it going on this Saturday slate. Now, before we talk through our plays for Saturday, I do want to show you guys something. So I tweeted this out just a few minutes ago. These were the 5 plays that I gave out in my Patreon for Friday, and you can see we had 2 losses. They were very close. Orlando Robinson went under by 0.1 fantasy score. Karl-Anthony Towns went under by 3.5. But man, you guys gotta look at this. So I tweeted out, you'll never see anything like this in your life. Orlando Robinson grabbed a rebound with 8 minutes left in the game, so that put him at, I think, 26.4 fantasy score. That rebound put him at 26.4, but it was one of those rebounds where he grabbed it and he was kind of falling out of bounds, so he kind of turned around and threw the ball off a Jazz player, so that way the Raptors would retain possession. Well, the Jazz challenged the play that Robinson stepped out of bounds before he threw it in, and the Jazz won the challenge. So Robinson grabbed a rebound, but then he stepped out of bounds, and because he stepped out of bounds, that counted as a turnover. When I was watching the game and I saw it happen, but the stat keepers didn't count it as a turnover at first, but then they wound up adding it, like a few minutes later. So Robinson went under, or he went under. He was back under his line. He had went over, but then they added that turnover, which put him under, and that was with like 8 minutes left in the game. Well, they subbed him out after that play. He didn't check back in until there was 1 minute left in the game because the center that they had on the floor, I think his name's Colin Castleton, he fouled out. So they brought Orlando Robinson back into the game with 1 minute left. Robinson comes in, takes a 3, bricks it, and that was it. He lost by 0.1 because of that. Just an insane bad beat. So that was already, our night was going pretty terrible. I was frustrated. A lot of people in the Discord were frustrated, but we still had another play with Cat, which was one of our top 2 plays, along with potentially getting a flex play. We did a flex play on the 5 pick, so we still could have got 4 out of 5. He was also a top 2 play, which if the top 2 play hit, we would have got 3x for that. So we still had a lot of potential to make money if Cat went over. Well, going into the game, Cat plays fine. He's got like 24 at halftime. Doesn't play a ton of minutes in the fourth quarter though, which is kind of annoying. He only played like 6 minutes in the fourth quarter, but it was getting down to the final few minutes. It was getting really close. Cat winds up hitting a 3 with 10 seconds left in the game. And he was at the time he was at 42 fantasy scores. So that 3 put him at 45, and that put him over. Well, they wound up reviewing the 3 because it was in the corner. He shot it from the corner, and barely. I was watching it, like maybe by that much. He stepped out of bounds. It was not much at all. They wound up reviewing the 3. Turns out he stepped out of bounds, and the 3 didn't count. So they take away the 3 points. They add a turnover because he stepped out of bounds, and that's why you see he went under by 4 points. But he had went over after hitting a 3. They reviewed the 3. The 3 didn't count, so they took his points away. They gave him a turnover, and he went under. Like, you can't make it up, man. Like, that's how our Friday went in the Patreon. Luckily, though, we did hit all 3 of our plays from YouTube that we gave out. But man, what a frustrating night. Like, it could have been a really, really good night. But we did full sweep our Patreon plays on Thursday, so I guess you can't complain there. But I wanted to tell that story. I typically don't really ever rant in these YouTube videos, but I had to tell that story. I had to get it off my chest. But I've been talking for almost 6 minutes now, so let's go ahead and break down the plays here for this slate on Saturday, guys. And also, if you're not following me on Twitter, give me a follow on Twitter at DFS by Noah. I don't tweet a lot, but I try and give out information sometimes. Sometimes I'll tweet out plays. Sometimes I'll just rant on Twitter. So yeah, give me a follow if you have it. But talking through our plays for Saturday, guys, we've got 2 picks I'm liking. So first play that I like for Saturday today is going to be a first half prop. So we took a first half prop on Friday with Jared Allen over 5.5 points, cash for us. There's another first half play that I like for today, and it's on Cole Anthony. So I like Cole Anthony. I like both these plays. More than 5.5 points, more than 8.5 PRA, but I like PRA more. So we're going to take Cole Anthony for more than 8.5 PRA in the first half. Now, the reason I like first half here for Cole Anthony is because Cole Anthony, sometimes in late in games, like, he doesn't always close games. He doesn't always play in the fourth quarter. A lot of times they'll play Anthony Black in the fourth quarter. But they typically give Cole Anthony pretty solid minutes in the first half. He's a starter. He's been starting, and he typically plays around 13 to 15 minutes in the first half. Every game that he has started this season, he has started 20 games total this season. He's played at least 12 minutes in the first half in all those games. So, like, worst case scenario, I think the only way he doesn't play more than like 12 or 13 minutes in the first half is if he gets in foul trouble, which hopefully doesn't happen. But yeah, the minutes should definitely be there in the first half. In the second half, there's a chance his minutes get cut or whatever, but obviously with first half, not really worried about that. So Cole Anthony has started 20 games this season. He's gone over this first half PRA line in 16 out of 20 games. So what is that, like 80%? 80% of the games he has started, he has gone over this first half PRA line. And even if you look at the games that he's played with Paolo Banchero and with Franz Wagner, because Paolo and Franz, there was a stretch where those guys were out for like a couple weeks, and Cole Anthony, obviously was kind of running the offense back then. But even in the 12 games that he has started alongside Paolo and alongside Franz, he is still over this PRA line in the first half in 9 out of 12 games. This is just a really low first half line for Cole Anthony, who typically is a guy that gets off to kind of hot starts. And then in the second half, his minutes can kind of get cut down. But I do like him for more than 8.5 PRA in the first half here. It's also a really good matchup against Milwaukee. We've seen guards have a lot of success against Milwaukee this season, and Milwaukee is allowing the most points per game to opposing point guards. And these teams Cole Anthony has already faced Milwaukee twice this season as a starter. He did go over this first half PRA line in both of those games. Last time he faced Milwaukee as a starter was on January 15th. He had 14 PRA in the first half, 9 points, 1 rebound, and 4 assists. He shot the ball terribly in the first half, too. He shot 4 for 11 and 1 for 4 from 3. Still had 14 PRA in the first half. And then he faced Milwaukee on January 10th in the first half, had 11 PRA, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Also shot the ball terribly in that game, 2 for 9 from the field, 1 for 6 from 3 in the first half, but still went over this first half PRA line. This is a low line for Cole Anthony. It's a line that he's been able to go over a lot as a starter this season. Matchup's really good here against a Bucks team that has struggled defensively against guards this season. So I like this play quite a bit. Going to take Cole Anthony for more than 8.5 PRA in the first half. And then the other play that I like is going to be a full game prop. Now, I did want to say that if you want to take a look at Cole Anthony's first half props, or not his first half, but his full game props, you could. Like, you could take him for more than 16.5 PRA, but, like, I don't like that as much as I like the first half. Like, if you look, he's only gone over this full game PRA line in 2 of his last 5 games, whereas the first half, I believe he's gone over in 4 out of his last 5. Yeah, 4 out of his last 5. So that just kind of shows you that it looks like the first half's a little bit better, but, like, if you don't have potential, or if you don't have access to play first half lines, I am okay taking 16.5 PRA for the full game, but I definitely don't like that as much as I like the first half line. But the other prop that I like for today is going to be on Alperen Şengün. And we're going to take Şengün for more than 21.5 points. So Şengün is in a really, really good spot here going up against the Pelicans. The Pelicans have been a great matchup for centers because they've really struggled defensively against centers this year. They're giving up the 5th most points to the center position. And where the Pelicans really struggle is in the paint. They've been giving up a ton of points in the paint this season. Only the Bulls have given up more points in the paint than the Pelicans. So this is a matchup where Şengün should have a lot of success scoring in the paint and around the rim, and that's when Şengün is best as a scorer. You know, he can stretch the floor a little bit, like he will shoot threes, but man, when Şengün is aggressive scoring around the rim, that's when he's at his best, and this is a matchup where he should have a lot of success doing that. We just saw these teams play, a couple days ago, and in that game, Şengün did have 22 points. For what it's worth, he's already faced the Pelicans 3 times this season. He's had 23, 10, and 22 points in those 3 games. So he is over this line in 2 out of his 3 games versus the Pelicans this season. If you want to factor that in, doesn't mean much, but it does at least show us that Şengün has had some success in this matchup. It's a really good matchup for him with how he likes to score his offensive game. We saw him have a lot of success scoring the ball last game. 22 points. I want to say. It was really efficient, like 11 for 14 from the field, and it makes sense to see Şengün be very efficient in this matchup just because, he's scoring around the rim, and that's where the Pelicans have been very vulnerable. So I do like to spot a lot for Alperen Şengün, like him for more than 21.5 points today. So this is what we're going to roll with, guys, is our 2 props for Saturday. We're going to take Cole Anthony for more than 8.5 PRA in the first half, and Alperen Şengün for more than 21.5 points. So if you guys are going to tell me on these 2 picks, let's go 2-0 here. Let's hit both these plays for Saturday, see if we can keep this hot streak rolling. We went 2-0 on Thursday, 3-0 on Friday. Let's make it a 7-0 run after these picks. Go 2-0 here. But again, guys, appreciate you watching as always. Make sure that you guys hit that like button down below. If you do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. And if you guys don't have an account over on Prizepicks, be sure to go sign up for Prizepicks and use promo code NOAH when you sign up. When you play your first $5 lineup on Prizepicks, you'll get $50 in promo funds instantly added to your account when you use that code NOAH. But good luck tonight, guys. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video.